Okay, behind me is the Pantheon. It's made up of two Greek words, pan, meaning all, theon, meaning gods. So it's quite literally the temple to all gods, okay? Constructed in 125 AD and completed during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, okay? There were two earlier Pantheon buildings that stood on the same site. One was commissioned by Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa in 27 to 25 BC. It was destroyed by fire in 80 AD, okay? And then the second, commissioned by Domitian, was struck by lightning in 110 AD and again burned down, which is why Hadrian had to rebuild it for a third time. I mean, the destruction of the first two might give you a bit of a clue, mightn't it? Fire and then lightning. But anyway. First century author Pliny recorded in here that there used to be statues of Venus, Mars, and Julius Caesar, amongst others. But this contained the pantheon of gods. And interestingly, whilst there are many, many gods in both Roman and Greek and Egyptian and Babylonian mythology, there was always considered a ruling council of gods made up of 12 gods. When we go inside, you'll see the roof is a perfect hemisphere. Okay, it's 43.2 meters in diameter. And when we were in the Vatican, we heard in countless of the locations that the Pantheon, was the inspiration for the design of many of the things in the Vatican. Now, when you understand that this was a temple to all gods, you really have to question what the motivation was for this being the inspiration. Certainly from a purist Christian point of view, if you understand it from a polytheistic, blended, syncretized Christian perspective, then it makes an awful lot more sense. In the middle of the roof is an oculus, an opening. There's no glass or anything in there, so when it rains, water comes in. But that is meant to allow the sun to come in and shine at different points around the hemisphere. It marks times of day, obviously, seasons, the year. It's intended to, it was basically a system of marking the calendar for the Romans, who, of course, were worshipping the sun as much as anything else. 608 AD, it got converted into a church. It's now a church dedicated to Saint Mary of the Martyrs. This is the final place we're going to be, guys. And I just want to leave you with a couple of scriptures that is God's prescription for how we deal with idolatry, rather than building upon it, rather than using it as a foundation and blending it into ideas. This is how God says. Deuteronomy 7. Verse 5, tear down their altars, smash their pillars, cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their carved images with fire. For you are a holy people to Adonai your God. Deuteronomy 12. You must utterly destroy all the places where the nations that you will dispossess served their gods, on the high mountains and on the hills and under every green tree. You are to tear down their altars, smash their pillars, burn their Asherah poles in the fire, and cut down the carved images of their gods, and you are to obliterate their name from that place. Quite a stark contrast, isn't it?